What is going on, everybody? New York Sports Up here, back at it with another New York Yankees video, and this is going to be another trade deadline video. I'm going to be talking about the trade deadline, what trades could possibly happen, and there has been some big news swirling around the Yankees right now, and obviously the Yankees return to play tomorrow against the Braves. I'll make sure to stay tuned for my game reaction tomorrow between the Yankees and Braves. That game starts at 7:05. Garrett Cole gets the ball. I'm not sure who is pitching for Atlanta, but I know Tanaka starts Game 2 against Max Fried in the mini 2-game series in Atlanta against the Atlanta Braves. So make sure to stay tuned for my game reactions for those two games. But there has been some big news swirling around the Yankees right now. The Yankees and Indians have been discussing a potential trade, and we don't know who the exact players are, but it could very well could be Mike Clevinger. And Mike Clevinger is a very good pitcher, but recently he was just sent home due to breaking the COVID-19 protocol. So that's never good. But once again, he made a mistake, and I feel like he accepts his mistake, and I feel like he can come back to baseball and be a very good pitcher for this team if we do end up maybe trading to get Mike Clevinger. Mike Clevinger has been a great pitcher throughout his career. He's probably been the ace of that Indian staff. When Corey Kluber got injured, he was probably their ace of their staff last year, and obviously they have Shane Bieber, who's been phenomenal for them this year. So I feel like they don't necessarily need Mike Clevinger. The Indians are a very solid ball team, but they're not in the necessary phase to go out and win a World Series right now. I don't think they're a World Series contender kind of team. I think they can make the playoffs mainly because of the expanded playoffs, obviously, but I think they definitely could make the playoffs, and they have a very solid record, but I don't see the Indians as a team ready to go all out and go out and try to win a championship. I don't really see that's the position the Indians are in right now, and the Indians front office never refuses to spend money, so I mean, I guess it's their thing, but the Yankees are in trade talks for Mike Clevinger, and if I was an Indians fan, I'd be furious. But Mike Clevinger is a very solid pitcher, and if the Yankees end up getting him, I will be over the roof happy. And he's not going to become cheap. The Yankees might have to give up Clint or Andujar or Deivi Garcia, but I definitely think it is worth it to get a frontline starter. Now, he's not going to be the ace. Garrett Cole is obviously going to be the ace. Clevinger will be the number 2 behind Tanaka, Happ, and Montgomery. I think we can have a very solid 5-man rotation, even with Paxton injured. Maybe we could call up Clark Schmidt. He could fill in for Happ's role or fill in for Montgomery's role. We could have a very, very good 5-man rotation, and I think that could be the key for the Yankees to win the World Series this year. And the Yankees need I think they need another pitcher besides Garrett Cole. Besides him, I mean, Yankees pitching has not been very good. Hasn't been very solid. It's been very inconsistent. Paxton's been pitching well of late, but obviously he's on the IL. Tanaka was got off to a really good start and had a rough outing in his last one against Tampa Bay. Let's hope he bounces back against Atlanta, but J. Happ hasn't really been great for the Yankees for the past couple of years. Montgomery's been inconsistent, so we need a pitcher who can be consistent. I think Mike Clevinger can be the guy. He has been a very solid pitcher throughout his career, and I think if Mike Clevinger could stay healthy, I think Mike Clevinger can be a sleeper for Cy Young this year. And I mean, in my Cy Young video, my Cy Young prediction video before the season, I said Mike Clevinger could have been a sleeper Cy Young pick, to win the Cy Young this year, and I'm sticking to it. I think Mike Clevinger is a very good pitcher. He's got good stuff. He can strike guys out, doesn't walk many guys. He keeps the ball on the ground. I think Mike Clevinger is a very solid baseball pitcher, and if the Yankees can get him for maybe we get rid of Andujar, we get rid of Deivi Garcia, I'll be fine with that. I don't want to get rid of Clint Frazier. It's going to be tough to get rid of him. I'm a big Clint Frazier fan. I think he's a really good player, and it's going to suck to let him go, but I think it is worth it. But I really do like Clint Frazier a lot, but I do think it is worth it to get a frontline starter like Mike Clevinger. We have Garrett Cole, and if we can pair up Garrett Cole with Mike Clevinger, we could have a ridiculous rotation, also with Clark Schmidt as well. So I would really like if the Yankees pulled off this trade. I would really like it if Brian Cashman did this. I'd be happy with Trevor Bauer. I think Trevor Bauer could even come for an even cheaper price, but Trevor Bauer has been phenomenal for the Reds, and we don't know when Mike Clevinger will return from his suspension. I guess it's a suspension if you want to call it that, but we don't know when he will return from his suspension. But let's hope it's by the deadline. The deadline is on the 31st. That's 6-7 days away from now. The deadline is right around the corner, and I think if the Yankees went out and got Mike Clevinger, I would be very happy. Now, there's other pitchers that they could get. There's your Johnny Cueto's and your Trevor Bauers, who's been phenomenal for the Reds this year. I'd be happy if we got Trevor Bauer. Your Taijuan Walkers, Kevin Gausmans, they're not really great pitchers. Taijuan Walker's been, he's always had struggles staying healthy throughout his career. Kevin Gausman was a very solid pitcher with the Baltimore Orioles, but ever since he left there, he really hasn't been the same. Not a lot of great pitchers on the market besides Bauer and Clevinger, in my opinion. I'm not a big believer in guys like Walker and Gausman and Johnny Cueto. I would prefer guys like Bauer or Clevinger, because Clevinger's not very old. He's, what? He's got to be below 30. He's got to be like 27, 28 years old. Young pitcher, really good stuff. I like Mike Clevinger a lot. And if the Yankees could pick him up, maybe they get rid of Andujar and Devi Garcia, I would be really happy if we could acquire Mike Clevinger at the deadline. So what are your thoughts on this potential trade? Put it down in the comments below. If you're a Yankees fan, what do you think the Yankees are going to do this deadline? What do you think Brian Cashman and the New York Yankees should do at this trade deadline? And the trade deadline is only 7 days away, I believe. I think it's the 24th, and the trade deadline is that means the trade deadline is 6 days away from, 6 days away. And what do you think the Yankees should do? Put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And do you guys like Mike Clevinger? Would you guys rather have Trevor Bauer? Would you rather have Johnny Cueto? What pitcher would you like to acquire, or hitter? I mean, if you want to acquire a hitter, put it down in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.